15 reasons why I never do a lunch meeting. Well, they can't answer, but 3 of you, what are some reasons why I might not want to do a lunch meeting? Marilyn?
Just out of it's hard to talk while you're eating. I'm trying to figure out how to say that out loud.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anybody else? So I'm kind of gonna whiteboard session this out. So if you sit down, whether it's a personal connection that you're looking to make, or you're sitting down with a client at a token lunch meeting, you can sit down and let's say I'm sitting across from Mackenzie. Hey Mackenzie, how's your week going? And then the server comes up and gives you water, and she starts to answer the question, and then the server comes up and drops a menu, and then you're like, do you have any travels coming up? Yeah, I'm gonna be going down to Tucson for a real estate conference. And then they come and they're like, oh, what do you want to drink? And then they drop a Diet Coke off. And interruption after interruption after interruption. Then you order your food, and then they ask if you want some water. Then the food comes, and then they ask you how your food is, and then they ask if you want another Diet Coke. If you're interrupted 15 times in a matter of a 45-minute meeting, how do you think the connection and the conversation is going to go? And then somebody does that, and then you pick up your phone, and there's no flow to it. And so outside of inefficiency, there's a lot of distractions outside of the people that are actually coming up to your table. It's expensive. There's just a lot of things that get in the way of you having a meaningful connection. But a question I have for you is, how many times does a barista come up to your table after you've ordered your coffee and you picked it up and you went and sat down? How many times does he or she come up to your table? Exactly. So next slide here. They're not asking if you want a refill on your coffee, or if you want a croissant, or if you want a water, or if you want a napkin, or anything like that. And this one right here, what I'm getting at, as far as this quote is concerned, coffee is more than a drink, it's an experience. And the analogy that I can make here is you can go out to dinner, or you can go out for sushi, right? You're smiling. Sushi is an experience, right? And that's what a lot of the super rad restaurants do, is they create an experience. You're not just going out to dinner. Well, if you're at a beautiful coffee shop, there's a vibe, there's an aroma, there's a feel, there's a lot of plants, it's really warm, but there's not the interruption, right? Now, going back to jab, 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 right hook, which is give, 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 ask. How many times have you been asked to go to a coffee meeting by somebody and they say, hey, I just got my insurance broker license. I'd like to buy you coffee and tell you about some of the insurance products that we have. Can you meet next week? No. Because it's very self-serving as far as that's concerned. Okay, so what a meaningful coffee meeting is I transitioned full-time into selling real estate in January 1st of 2018. And by mid-March, I came up with the concept of meaningful coffee meetings. And I asked for help and this is a note to make here. I asked for help in my social network. I said, friends, I have 43 weeks and I have a goal of 100 meaningful coffee meetings by the end of 2018. I've been in tech startups, I've been in nonprofits, I've been in real estate, and in the fitness industry. I've built a monster network. And I'm asking you, if you have a goal in 2018 to ask for a raise, you want a promotion, you're thinking about switching jobs, you're thinking about going back to school, or you have some sort of philanthropic endeavor that you want to pursue, I want to hear about it. I want to open you up to my network, make introductions, and lend advice. Reach out, I'll buy coffee, and make a meaningful connection with you. And if you look at that washed out photo in the background, that's a picture of me with my parents at Spy House Coffee in Northeast Minneapolis on New Year's Eve 2018 for my 100th Meaningful Coffee meeting. So I hit my goal, and I was able to do it with my parents. And one question that I have for you is, how many times when I met with somebody where it was their goal, it was their agenda, do you think real estate might have came up in these coffee meetings?
Probably most of the time.
100 out of 100. So this is the way that I built, one of the ways that I built my business when I came in without much as far as lead. I was on a team, but I was able to leave a team after 22 months in the industry because I came from a point of contribution and connection and providing value, and I was able to sell a lot of real estate for a new agent in the second half of 2018. And that next year is when I left and went on my own. Meaningful coffee meetings come from a point of contribution. Next slide, please.